they're reporting something that I've been tracking for a couple of years, which is the return of young men to churches, particularly more traditional, not only, but particularly more traditional churches. But I'm wondering, well, first of all, I guess I'm wondering what you think about that. Is this something that you've seen again accelerating more recently, and what you think might be accounting for it?
You know, it seems to me that this young generation, so many of them raised in broken homes and often fatherless homes, which really is at the root of so many social ills. I'm sure you know a lot more about this than I do, but I've done a little research on it, and you can almost trace everything in culture, from people getting into crime, drug use, girls getting pregnant outside of wedlock, to broken homes, specifically the lack of a father. So I think one of the reasons that you have connected with younger people, and especially younger men, is you're a father figure. And they're looking for an authoritative voice. And I think sometimes parents are trying to be a friend to their children when they need to be parents to their children. And so I think that there's something about coming to a church and hearing someone say, without apology, here's the Bible, here's truth, here's what God says, and here's the way that you should live. And I think that there's an appeal to that is just lacking in our culture. You know, we've pushed so hard against these values and against these absolutes that there's, a reaction. There's always an action and a reaction. So my generation, the baby boomers, we're the children of the people that came out of World War II, building families, rebuilding America. And so many of us maybe didn't get the affirmation or attention we thought we should get. So maybe we overindulged our children. Then there's a reaction to that. And it just goes on from generation to generation. But I think this is a generation that, to me, having lived through a few decades, is in many ways parallel to my youth generation. I see more of a connection between the late 60s and the early 70s and today than they do in any other decade. I don't see that with the 80s necessarily or the 90s, but today I see young people, they're looking for a cause, they're looking for meaning. I was talking to some Gen Z kids recently. I said, why do you think so many kids of your generation are out there protesting against Israel with slogans like, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free? I don't even think they know what the river or the sea are, but they're involved in it. And they said, they're looking for a cause. They're looking for something to speak up for, something to believe in. So I think that when you come to the church and you come to the Bible, if we offer theology without apology and make it understandable to people, I think there's a great appeal in that. And that's probably part of the reason that young men in particular, but I think people of all, young women too, are looking for that.